Every animal in town suddenly hated me. For 3 years, every single morning at 7:15, I'd walk past Greg's house on my way to the pet store and get the same golden retriever fanfare. This dog would go absolutely nuts, spinning in circles, slamming into the fence, tail going like a blender. Pure joy. Every damn day. He adored me. Wouldn't calm down until I walked over and gave him some ear scratches and told him he was a good boy. Greg used to laugh and say the dog liked me better than him. Honestly, he wasn't wrong. Rain, snow, blazing sun, didn't matter. That dog was waiting until the city started tearing up the main road for some huge infrastructure project and turned my commute into a nightmare. Detour added 20 minutes to my walk, and I couldn't be late. I was already on thin ice at work for showing up 2 minutes past opening once, so I tried something desperate. There's this old railway tunnel that cuts under the hill behind our neighborhood. Long abandoned. Most people avoided it. It's dark, creepy, and sometimes there were rumors of squatters or worse. But it was early morning, and I figured, how bad could it be? I just needed to get to work. I cut through the woods and entered the tunnel. The second I stepped inside, I regretted it. Even with my flashlight, it was pitch black. The air was thick and wet and smelled like rust mixed with something acrid, chemical, wrong. About halfway through, the hair on my arms stood up, like static electricity buzzing all over my skin, and I swear, I heard something moving inside the tunnel walls, but I kept going, faster now, just wanted out. Finally stepped into daylight again, and there was Greg's house, like always. The dog was out front. I smiled and waved, like usual, and he lost it, but not in the happy way. He started howling, long, painful howls like he'd been hit, eyes wide, tail between his legs, backing away from the fence. Then he bolted, full panic. Greg ran outside, thinking the dog got hurt or something. When I tried to say hi, he straight up asked, "What the hell did you do to him?" I hadn't even touched him. That afternoon, Greg took him to the vet. They ran tests, said the dog was physically fine, just stressed. Greg asked if I'd changed deodorant or something weird. I hadn't. The vet suggested it could be pheromones or fear signals, but that didn't make any real sense. Next morning, same time, I walked by again. This time, the dog tried to jump the fence to get away from me. Greg had to restrain him, and he looked at me like I'd betrayed him, like I'd turned into a monster. He asked, awkwardly, if I could start walking on the other side of the street, and that hurt way more than I expected. But it didn't stop there. Every dog in the neighborhood started reacting the same way. Poodle next door barked non-stop, hiding behind furniture. A pit bull across the street clawed through a screen door trying to escape. Even cats hissed and ran. Birds flew away when I walked by. I work in a pet store, and even those animals started freaking out around me. My manager pulled me aside and asked if everything was okay. I told her, half joking, "Animals kinda hate me now." She laughed, then paused, told me to take a few days off. Those few days turned into a week. Then she called and said maybe it was best if I didn't come back. She said it gently, but it was clear. The animals were too stressed around me. My girlfriend Luna came up with a theory. Maybe I walked through some kind of chemical spill in that tunnel. Something animals could smell or feel, but we couldn't. We decided to go back and check. But when we got there, both tunnel entrances were sealed off. Cinder block walls, fresh concrete, big yellow warning signs, structural instability, no entry. I called the city planning office. They gave me the runaround, said it was just an old tunnel from the 1940s. Nothing special. No mention of chemicals, no warnings. A couple weeks later, Greg showed up at my door looking pale as hell. He'd been digging into it. His cousin worked on the construction crew. Greg pulled out his phone and showed me pictures. Hazmat suits, rusted metal drums being hauled out of the tunnel, some leaking black sludge. Worse, plastic-wrapped bundles that looked exactly like dead animals. Greg asked me if I'd been getting headaches. Click the full story to see what happened next.